Welcome back to week 2 of the Magician's Adventures in the Realm. We've had an interesting first week. We managed to hire 3 of the rogues and travel halfway across the realm in search of just the sort of site that the magician would be interested in. And we found it a very dangerous site in deep woods, but one that contains some rich potential treasure-bearing sites and the potential for summoning tremendous monsters who we're keen to meet, and at least one treasure site that has a couple of spells we can learn. So we've managed to summon a giant bat, which we haven't dealt with. This deep woods is also, as I mentioned, right next to the chapel, which is the magician's holiday destination of choice, because that's where he's going to go to cure the curses he gets reading runes. Okay, deep woods does look very dangerous. Part of the problem is that there are giant bats here. I do have a control bat spell, but I've been hoping to save that to deal with multiple bats because it's going to be a labour-intensive spell. My type 7 chit has 2 asterisks, which is going to take a lot of resting to get back, and I also have to regenerate colour magic for it. So I'm hoping not to have to use it more than once or twice, and I'd rather use it on multiple bats, and there are potentially 6 which could turn up here. So I'm going to move away from the giant bat. We're going to want to get down into this hoard and pool site and the altar site. Now, I wouldn't usually be desperate to find hidden paths, but we're going to be spending a lot of time in this deep woods. I think this is where the game is going to be won or lost for the magician, and I don't think we're going to be getting too far away from here. Getting around this deep woods is going to be facilitated significantly by finding this hidden path, both in getting down into these treasure sites and getting back out again towards the chapel without having to go through these intervening 2 sites and that site with the raw sound counter. So I think it's going to be of great benefit, even though it's going to take time to try to find that hidden path. So I'm going to move there and make sure I've hidden, just in case bats turn up, and search twice. Just looking on the search tables, the search I'm going to need to discover hidden paths is the peer table, and it's going to be a difficult search, 1, 2 or 3, which is I think 20 to 25% or less, but multiple searches should help me find that. It might take a couple of turns. Don't record an alert phase, of course. Monster die roll of 5 is not bats. I don't know if anything else will be summoned. Hidden paths we're looking for. Oh, luck. A roll of 2, found it on the first roll. We've actually failed the hide, so I do hope nothing turns up. And hidden enemies, not relevant in a solo game. So that's a good result. No monster summons and found that hidden path straight up. Alright, we have a choice of sites to attempt to find and loot. The altar has the spells we're interested in. The hoard and pool have a lot of treasures. I actually would like to read runes a bit later. I'd rather do my looting first. Reading runes invites curses, and I'd rather deal with them at the end of my time in deep woods. So let's move into this deep woods 6. We'll hide and search twice. Okay, on day 9, hid successfully this time. Monster die roll of 3, not bats once again. And we're going to try and locate those treasure locations. We'll find both if we do. We'll be going on the locate table. One of the criticisms, well, not really criticisms, but observations I hear about Realmspeak from reading around is that from purists in particular, is that it actually doesn't teach some of the fundamentals of the board game. One of those fundamentals is understanding probability, particularly on that double dice roll that you roll on tables, which has a skewed, very top-heavy probability curve that favours higher numbers and makes low numbers unlikely. And if we look, we have to actually roll on the locate table to get a discover chits result. That die roll of a 4, I think, is about a 20 to 25% chance of a result. A choice would also get that for us, but that's a 1 in 36 chance of a result. So that's the number we need to get, is a 4 or a 1. Unlikely, but possible. It usually takes multiple searches. Unless, of course, you get lucky and find it on the first one. A roll of 4. Okay, well, we can start looting straight away. The Hoard and the Pool are great treasure sites. They've both got 9 treasures. That guarantees that for your first 4 loots in each site, you're going to draw treasures. Of course, after that, when you start getting below 6 treasures, there's a chance that loots will draw nothing, but they're both excellent sites. I prefer the Hoard over the Pool. The Pool requires you to fatigue a chit every time you draw a treasure from it. That's a really nice simulation of the fact that you're diving into a pool to draw up treasures, and that's fatiguing. I'd rather not do that if I can avoid it. In the Hoard, I don't even have to bother with that. I can just loot to my heart's content. So that's what I'm going to do. So the first loot gets me the Regent of Jewels. Nice. Gives me an extra trade phase. May or may not be of use to me. It's a great treasure. I haven't taken... it's a great treasure. I haven't taken great treasures. I can sell it to the soldiers for 10 fame, which might be handy. Although they are not too far away. It's possible I could get out of deep woods to get to them and sell it. That might be a really good idea. But most of all, it's worth 67 gold to me if I sell it. So I like that. I may end up selling it to the soldiers after all. That's probably not a bad option. We'll see how we go. Alright. Ooh. Monster die roll of 2, a denizen has turned up. It's the octopus, the guardian of the pool. The octopus is a tremendous monster, which means 2 things. He's unarmoured, but it takes tremendous damage to kill him, tremendous vulnerability. He has this maneuver time of 2. He doesn't do much damage on this side, but he has this maneuver time of 2, which stops almost anyone from running away. And of course, like all tremendous monsters, when he flips, he goes to his red side, which means he's picked you up, you can't get away, and he'll tear you to shreds when he hits you. His tremendous vulnerability is outside the killing range of my rogues, who do medium +1 sharpness star for heavy at very best. But this is where the strategy for the spells I've chosen comes off. As I've said, I like to meet large single monsters who are worth fame and notoriety, and the octopus fits the bill. I'm going to get him off my character sheet because his maneuver time of 2 will stop me casting any spells. I don't have any magic chits that are faster than that, or even equal to that too. So let's get him off. Rogue 5 will lure him off. I'll deploy my other rogues against him. All of them unable to kill him as he currently is, as a tremendous monster. But this is my opportunity now to show off my phenomenal cosmic powers to my hireling rogue audience. I've been boasting for the last week to them that I'm a master of magic. Now's my opportunity to actually show them. So I'm going to cast a spell, and that spell is Transform. Type 6 ritual, type 6 spell, purple magic. And that's that purple magic chit I enchanted way back at the beginning of the month. Now I have to choose a spell target. Let's explain what I'm going to do here for people not familiar with this strategy. The Transform spell will randomly turn the target into a random beast. These are the possible beasts. Because it's a double dice roll on the Magic Realm table, using the Magic Realm's double dice roll on the table, higher dice results are favoured. So the chance of becoming a tremendous flying dragon is 1 in 36. There's a much higher chance of becoming a bird, squirrel or frog. In fact, for a roll of 4, 5 or 6, that's a 75% chance. They're nifty little guys. They have very fast manoeuvre times, particularly the bird. Squirrel and frog can walk the woods. Bird can fly. They're all of light vulnerability. The key to them is that they cannot attack. So there's a 75% chance in targeting someone with this spell, monster or a native or myself, that will turn into something harmless that can't attack. So I'm actually going to target the octopus because I'd like that 75% chance that it's going to turn into something that we can kill without being under threat ourselves. It could turn into an eagle or a lion. There's lower possibilities of that. The rogues are capable of dealing with both of those. The eagle's like a mini bat, very dangerous, but it has medium vulnerability, which makes it a little bit less, a little bit easier to deal with. And the lion, of course, is a heavy monster that can actually cause damage, but the rogues are also capable of dealing with him. The only thing we can't deal with is the tremendous flying dragon. There's a 1 in 36 chance that a tremendous flying dragon will be what the octopus is turned into. It's much more chance that it's going to be turned into something small and cuddly that we can kill. Okay. So let's see. Spell target octopus, and it's a frog. Okay. In Queensland, in the north of Australia, there's an imported poisonous cane toad, and they're universally loathed, and it's a very popular sport, running around squashing cane toads. So the rogues must be Queenslanders, because I'm hoping they're going to take care of this frog. Of course, it can't attack, even though its target is rogue 7. I mean, the rogues can move around, they can change tactics, but there's a very good chance they're going to intercept the frog. They can't undercut him, but any one of them who intercepts him will kill him. And we've got a couple of rounds worth of time to do that in. But if they've got him first round, who was the hero? Rogue 6. Well done, Rogue 6. Drinks are on me. Alright, so I've killed a frog, but I did get the octopus's 8 fame and 8 notoriety for him. And that's a good round. We've found, not only gained fame and notoriety, we've killed off a frog. Okay, and found a great treasure site, and looted a very valuable item. Now, I have 4 days worth left with my rogues. You can see how valuable that transform spell was. There's a 1 in 6 chance that bats will turn up. We could be in trouble if that happens. Slither could be serpents, which we wouldn't want to turn up either, and I'd hate to be unhidden for that. Okay, I'm going to hide, just in case something dangerous turns up. I need to recharge my transform spell, which is going to mean resting 2 chits and then using 2 spell phases, because of course the first spell phase to enchant for a day is just a preparation phase, so I'm going to need at least 2 phases to re-enchant that. It's going to take me 2 days if I want to hide, but I think it's too dangerous not to, so I'm going to hide, rest those 2 chits back and search. Can't help myself, I've got to keep looting. There's that hoard in that pool lying there, just begging to be looted. Okay, rested those 2 chits and we'll loot the hoard. Oh, that's not a result I'm happy with. Bad find. Okay, it's one of the 5 colour bearing items in the game. That means it becomes activated as soon as it appears, and it can't be turned face down and will emanate black magic all the time. That's pretty good for me. I like having colour magic around. We've said that at the beginning of the game. It provides 40 notoriety. That's pretty good, although there's minus 20 fame associated with it, but it's minus 1 to all rolls, minus 1 to my loot rolls, minus 1 to my all my search rolls, minus 1 to my hide rolls. It actually, sorry, plus 1 I mean, it adds plus 1 to all of them, which means a really good chance of getting a 6 and failing a hide. It does that just by being there, whether I own it or not. It's also +1 on my rolls for the transform table, which increases my chance of getting a harmless creature rather than one of the dangerous creatures. But I don't think that's enough to outweigh the disadvantages. I'm actually going to take it because it will stay here if I don't, and provide its bad luck for the whole of the time that I'm trying to loot the horde and stay here. If I take it with me, I can take it away and drop it somewhere else, somewhere harmless. I actually think I might do that right now, because I don't want to fail a hide here and have bats turn up on me. So I'm not planning to come down in this direction. As I say, I'm staying up here. I might head up to the soldiers, I might head up to the guard. So I'm going to move, or actually I'm not planning to stay down here in Deep Woods either. So what I might do is come down to Deep Woods 4, to finish day 10, sorry, nothing summoned. So I got carried away there. I'll come down to Deep Woods 4, I'll abandon it, I'll come back to the horde, I'll hide and I'll search. Failed the hide anyway. Oh, because I forgot to abandon it. However, I did find the Cloak of Mist, which will give me... that was stupid. I did all of that to attempt to drop the damn thing, and I got so carried away I didn't do it. I'll have to try that again next round. A waste of a turn and phases that the magician can't really afford to lose. Cloak of Mist is a great find though, however. It doesn't increase my chance of hiding, but gives me an extra hide phase, which means I can do even more looting. I'm very happy with that. Did anything get summoned? No. Okay, I'm going to need to try that again. However, I want to be able to hire my rogues again. I haven't got enough fame and notoriety yet. I'm still going to need to use my transform trick, and they're going to leave my employ in 2 days. I have an item that's going to net me enough gold to rehire them, but I can't sell it to them because they are because they don't have a rogue HQ with them, so I can't actually sell it to them. The soldiers are within striking distance, so are the order. I'd have to go through that bat. The disadvantage of going to the soldiers is that they are unfriendly with me, so a failed hide roll is going to be a problem. But I also want to sell the Regent of Jewels, and I'll get 10 fame from them, and boy could I use that. So I'm going to risk going to the soldiers. It's going to take me a couple of days to get there, but it will be worth it if I can rehire my rogues, and I'm not going to bother trying to hire the soldiers. That would be, they won't do it for, it's not going to happen. So I'll get out of there. I can record 4 move phases and get into the safe wall for Valley 4. Natives don't prowl. That dank V counter has done its business by making the chapel appear at the beginning of the game, and it won't summon anything else. So it's safe for me to move straight out. I actually do get an extra hide phase. There's really no point. And this seems like a lot of effort for an interlude to make sure I rehire the rogues, but it's actually very important I have that sort of protection, and I have no possibility of hiring the soldiers, even with all that cash. Excuse me. As I said, we've come to a safe haven. All right, I'll move in, sell the Regent of Jewels, move out again. I'll have to remember to abandon my Cloven hoof there. So that's 1, 2, 3 phases. I'll move into Linden Woods because I've actually got that extra hide phase. Now it's possible that campfires could turn up in woods, so a couple of dwellings could, but also monsters can turn up here. So I'll submit those orders. And that's before the end of the week, so when the rogues leave me I can rehire them because I'll have plenty of cash. So I'll move to Evil Valley 5. I'll sell my Regent of Jewels to the Soldier HQ. God, let's sell him the Cloven Hoof as well. That's what you get for being unfriendly with me. Here, take a Cloven Hoof. Only 4 gold. Bargain. Okay. Done. 71 gold. Maybe it was a good thing I held on to the Cloven Hoof after all. Alright, and I'll just play the rest of them. We move to Lindenwoods. Successful hide. Nothing summoned to our clearing. Oh, and the large campfire is there in Lindenwoods 5. That's actually not hard for us to get to around this little loop of trail here. Large campfire of the Bashgars. The company. Company are our friends, and we are very cashed up. Unusually cashed up after that. That might be worth thinking about. Hiring the company would be a very different prospect to hiring a couple of incompetent rogues. We'll see. Okay. Now, my rogues are going to leave me the end of today. Do I want to be hiring them, spending my phases sitting at the Horde hiring them? Might as well. Gives me a chance to do some more looting. So I hide, move 3, hide and search. Successful hide, and I'll loot the Horde again. Whoa, flying carpet. Nice item. It gives me a fly medium 2 chit basically. I could fly out of this tile if I wanted to. I'm not desperate to, but look what that will do for me. If I have that activated and I face a bats, they've got a maneuver time of 3. That actually gives me a time I can get away from them. I have to have purple magic. And I haven't re-enchanted a purple chit, which I'm going to need to do. Let's activate it now. And if I can supply purple magic, it might be a way for me to get away when bats turn up. Done. Monster die roll of 3. Oh, the octopus respawned and has reappeared. That's a problem. I don't actually have purple magic available. I didn't spend time re-enchanting that chit, which I'm going to need to do. And the rogues have left my employ. None of that's good. First thing I'm going to need to do is hide. Actually, my best option might be to move away to somewhere safe. Sorry, it's the end of the week. So that's the end of another week with the Magician. I've made some odd choices there. Hopefully we'll still get away with it and still record a win. I hope you join me in week 3 and see if I can actually do it. Thank you.